How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? Duber here, and today we are back in Space Marine 2 to continue our series of some of the ultimate builds, although this time we are going to be doing the Indomitable Assault. So let's get right into it. For melee weapons, I truly do think that all of these are good, and it's going to come down to your playstyle. This chainsword, a lot of damage, not so fast, good cleaving potential, and balanced, so you will be able to get gun strikes. This Thunderhammer is what I will be using for the video, as I think is the best and the most enjoyable. Remember, you can also have fun while you are tearing up enemies of the Imperium of Man. So this Thunderhammer has 11 strength, 8 speed, and 6 cleaving potential, so it's pretty decent at everything. However, it's fencing, so you'll be able to get a lot of gun strikes. But the reason that this is the weapon I'm going with is because a charged up melee attack deploys a shock grenade, and we will be abusing that mechanic a lot. But I typically choose this over the other melee weapons just because it has, I think, the most area of attack whenever you do a charged attack. It'll be really good at getting all of those Minoris off. Now I'd say this is probably the next most common melee choice, and this is the Power Fist. The block variant is absurdly strong, 17 strength, not very fast, but it doesn't really matter. Cleaving potential is also not that good, but the reason that people pick this is because the Power Fist, while it's a melee weapon, it also kind of is a little bit ranged. It has this shockwave thing that'll send towards enemies, so very, very strong melee weapon. This would be my second pick over the Thunderhammer. Next is the Power Sword. Now the Power Sword, while I absolutely love this melee weapon, for Assault, I don't think it flows as smoothly with the class. Again, very strong, good statistics, but again, I don't know why it just doesn't feel like it flows as well with this class. The Power Axe is another very popular choice, especially the block variant with the Power Backstep. It is extremely strong with this class. I just don't find it as fun as the other two personally. It doesn't feel as cool as slamming that big old hammer and making giant explosions. So again, all of these melee weapons are a good choice, but my personal pick would be the Thunderhammer. For the secondary, I would go with really only two options on here. Plasma Pistol would be my number one. For this class, it's extremely important to get any contested health back very quickly, which this gun is the best at doing. The next pick for me would be the Heavy Bolt Pistol, especially the heroic version. That's basically it. All these other ones, the Inferno Pistol is not a bad option, but I just find it doesn't have enough ammo to be worth it. Neo-Volkite, it's okay. It's not bad. And same with the Bolt Pistol, but again, Plasma Pistol all the way. That is most definitely the best pick to go with. On to the perks. This one, in my opinion, has a much more diverse selection that could be good depending on your build. For me and my Thunderhammer, I personally went with Overcharge. Damage from held and charged melee attacks increases by 25%. That's huge because with the Thunderhammer, even just charging it for a second will increase that damage. And pairing it with the Shock Grenade ability, it becomes very powerful. This is a pretty strong pick if you want to go with a fencing gunstrike build for this class. Non-finisher gunstrikes restore 1 armor segment. That is very handy in staying alive, and who doesn't want to stay alive, right? Now this one also has 2 very good perks to pick. Auxiliary Arsenal. Secondary weapons damage increases by 20%. I find this very helpful. It means you don't have to use as much ammo, and you can restore your contested health quicker, again with that plasma pistol that we will be going with. A very, very strong pick that some people will pick over the other perk is Defense Mechanism. Contested health fades 50% more slowly. I do find in a decent amount of times that as I'm trying to carry out my attacks with my Thunderhammer that I'm getting chipped away, and it would be nice to have this contested health. So it is up to you whether or not you want to go with damage over survivability. Now this one I think is a lot more of a simple pick. Knowledge of the enemy, melee damage increases by 15% against Majoris or Extremis level enemies. I find this to be way better than the other two options, and that is that. For the team perk, again, I think there's really 2 good options here. Strategic Strikes, all squad members deal 20% more melee damage against Extremis and Terminus level enemies. If you're going for a pure melee build, this is very strong. However, since I have a fencing weapon, I'll also be doing gun strikes a lot. So, proven efficiency, all squad members deal 30% more gun strike damage, works very well with this build. Now for gear, Precision Strike, ground pound deals 100% more damage, but its radius is reduced by 50%. I don't find the debuff to be all that bad because typically whenever I use my jump pack, it's for a single target most of the time, and if you're using it against Majoris, they're pretty typically bunched up together. Now for these next few perks, this kind of depends on what you want to do. Most people will pick Zealous Blow. A ground pound kill restores jump pack charge by 10%. If you're playing with Tyranids, this perk is very, very strong. But as shown in my Dancing in Space Marine 2 video, if you pair this perk, Wings of Flame, a jump pack dash, damages enemies along its trajectory and always works as a perfect dodge when dodging an attack, plus Commitment, a perfectly timed dodge using a jump pack dash, restores jump pack's ability charge, is a very fun build, so do consider that. However, we are going for a pure damage for this because at this difficulty, absolute difficulty, again, kind of like what I was saying in the tactical video, the whole point is to kill your enemies as quick as possible. So, with that said, Diligence, a fully prepared ground pound deals 20% more damage, but preparation time is increased by 25%. If you have the time to get out a fully prepared ground pound, a delay by 25% isn't that big, but an increase by 20% in damage is big. Now for the signature perk, Jump Pack Leap deals damage to all enemies in the takeoff area. Again, in those tough moments, a Terminus Wave has just spawned, you're completely surrounded by enemies. You have a jump pack charge, so you jump up in the air, deal damage, and then deal more damage when you slam back down into the ground. Again, this is all going to be about damage. Now, Prestige perks. Duelist, perfect parry and perfect block windows increased by 25%. This is incredibly strong, paired with our fencing, which means we don't have to really try all that hard to get perfect parries. And scrambled targeting. If you are surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you take 20% less damage from ranged attacks. This will be helpful because as an assault you are always surrounded by 5 or more enemies, so having this perk is pretty much always active. Ranged damage increases by 15%. Again, more damage on the secondary is useful whenever you need to get those quick shots off between melee attacks. Unyielding Oath. When charging a ground pound, you become invulnerable for 3 seconds. This is probably the best perk, and you may not notice it until you have it. There have been plenty of times where I jump up into the air and charge for an attack, and then a sniper shoots me out of the sky. Or one of those venom spitter guys shoots me out of the sky. And this also works when you're on the ground charging a ground pound. And again, venom spitter guys or just a bunch of Minoris around you, those 3 seconds are huge. 3 seconds should be enough to get you to at least charge it for a second and slam them out of their way. 3 seconds should be enough time to charge it up, to slam your hammer onto the ground and get those Minoris out of the way, and then you can just repeat it over and over and over until everything's dead. With all the guns and perks out of the way, let's get into the gameplay. Alright, we have loaded into the second operation, Decapitation. And well, you guys have seen this operation already. Our goal is to go and kill that Hive Tyrant. So, without wasting any time, let's get right into it. I will say that there is one instance where I die quite a bit with this build. I wouldn't say quite a bit, but it happens. It's when you're charging up one of your attacks with the hammer and there's snipers about. Whenever you're charging, you can't cancel your charge. So basically, you just die, and that's it. When you're charging up an attack and there's snipers around, you do have a chance to just die, which is very, very unfortunate. So yeah, just be on the lookout when you're charging an attack. If there are snipers around, just know that you can get caught by that sniper round as you're charging it up. And the most annoying part is, you can almost always see it coming, but there's nothing you can do about it because you can't cancel, you know. So yeah, that is always unfortunate. Alright, we got a massive wave here with lots and lots of enemies. We're going to start off by blowing that up, parrying that, going for one of these, and maybe dying. Nope, we're good. Charging that so I can do that. Yep, I'm just gonna say this and that over and over. I'm such a good commentator, right, guys? Slam like that. This guy should kill a bunch of these little guys. We'll get another piece of armor for ourselves. Man, this is a pretty big wave. So, I'm gonna throw a crack grenade at one of the big guys. Get a perfect dodge on that. Intentionally, I did that intentionally, you guys. Go for one of these guys, take a gun strike, jump up in the air, go for a slam, get this guy out of here. Alright, now who's next? You're next. Nope. Nope. Okay, never mind. These whip dudes are very good at stun locks, so you gotta be careful with them. Take out the gun strike on them. Go for some melee swings. Get him out of here. You little punks need to go as well. Perfect dodge on that. Now he's ready to go. Alright. Just you, buddy. What are you gonna do now? Boink. Get out of here. And just like that, this huge enemy wave was dealt with nice and quick thanks to our jump pack abilities. Ooh, we got a big wave here. Let's knock this out real quick. Had enough of that. Nope, you can get parried. We're gonna jump up again because I am not in the mood to get stun locked by a bunch of Majoris. Nope. Okay, I was spamming the execute button, but that is kind of some bull right there. When you literally spam the execute button and the game does not execute, so you get one-tapped by a Majoris anyways. Yeah. No matter how good your build is, sometimes stun locks are inevitable. The only build that really counters stun locks to a T, that would be the Bulwark.
The Emperor said you were in need of help, so my Primarch sent me back out.
Thanks, bro.
I thirst for blood. Who do you think you are, Laker? Come here. You're mine.
And this
I
dude,
want you. I need you.
this dude enjoys his job very much, more so than me, apparently. Now, our Thunderhammer is going to be very, very nice right here. Because all we're going to do is just spam our charge ability. And that is just going to put a bunch of shot grenades down here. So we're going to go for a full charge and slam. And it's also a shot grenade, so it's going to continuously do damage. And we will just repeat this over and over and over until we are clear. And you can see it is knocking them back. We have this guy in our area here. Let's get rid of him. This should also kill a bunch of the Minoris here due to the Hive Mind. And our ability, one kill with jump pack restores 10% is really good here because obviously there is just a ton of Minoris. How does the Hive Tyrant survive that? A building 200 times his size or whatever just crushed him. There's no way he lives that. And then there's no way, especially, that he fights that well after being crushed by that statue. There's just no way. Oh, I didn't know there was going to be a Neurothrope, otherwise I wouldn't have just used a jump pack, because now we're going to have some extremists somewhere. Right on cue. Hey, you. Ugly. Nope. Nope. And nope. That's a whole lot of nope, dog. Nope. Nope. I could not dodge. Okay. I'm gonna use one of my stims and get you out of here. So now we're gonna go for a fully charged melee swing. Boom, boom. Alright. So now he's gonna get mad. He's gonna be a grumpy bum buster. More extremists are gonna show up in a second. Let's throw some crack grenades on this guy. Get him out. Oh. Yes, I got the perfect dodge. Oh, gun strike killed him. That's most
Oh, I was
fortunate.
trying to execute that. Yes, please.
No crates on the left, so we can move straight to the Majoris on the right, which I most certainly will do. Get over here, little boys. Three-piece combo! Boom! Wow, that was satisfying. They just fell like dominoes. That was awesome.
In the name of the Emperor, we shall slay the Hive Tyrant.
Alright, here we go. Come at me, boy! Okay, I thought I dodged them, but apparently I didn't. Nice. Let's get some more slams going. And nope. I saw that. Don't you think I didn't see that? Nope. You can get a gun strike to the face. Nope. No gun strike for that. Interesting. Even though I blocked it. Nope. Nope. And he is down. Now we need to get some ammo for ourselves and prepare for the second wave. We want to jump up into the air, slam into him like we just don't care. Dodge that, because I'm not interested in all that. I ain't reading all that. Get some good slams in. Our teammate has just gone down. Nope. Nope. Come on, is that all you got? Now he's gonna do his wave thing again. Nope. 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 Alright. What do we got, little boy? Let's throw some crack grenades onto him now that I know he's not gonna be going anywhere. Oh, he's mad at me. Nope. Get out of here. Get some shots in your head. Nope. Come on! Is that the best you can do? You're just a wee little baby. Nope. 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 Is that the best you can do? Oh, you little sad boy. Nope. Come on. Is that the best you got? No. Little Hive Tyrant. Oh. Nope. Nope. Oh, is that the best you got, you Hive Tyrant? Nope. Nope. And now you're gonna get a couple of charge slams. Kaboom! Oh, did the little Hive Tyrant get bullied?
Out of pocket for that. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
Alright, let's see how we did. Most special kills, most melee damage, most ranged damage. Okay. Most item found. Our one incapacitation was due to stun lock, unfortunately. We got 368 kills. Nice. So yeah, we did pretty good. Our other friends joined us a little bit later in the operation, so yeah, makes sense. I will see you guys in the next operation, where hopefully we won't get stun locked, but we will see. Alright, we have loaded into the 9th operation. This is the one with the Trigon, which is a pretty fun fight at the end, I think, once you get the hang of it a little bit. But we gotta get there first. We're gonna kill you! We're gonna kill this guy! Let's get him out of here. And hopefully we get a good amount of kills here. We do, because we instantly got our recharge back. No! Okay. That could have been so bad. Come here. Wow, we still haven't killed any of them? I find that very hard to believe. Get out of here. Might have to jump pack one more time, because this is a lot of Majoris, and I am not interested in the stun lock. Wow, how did you not die to that? Don't you do it. Okay. So this guy got back up, but is down again. Fortunately, our teammate is here to aid us. What's up, teammate? Whoa, that's a lot of spore mines. Holy spore mines, Batman! Oh dear. Not interested in all that. I've had enough of you. Hey, quit scanning me! I don't give you permission to scan me. Oh, that connected because the railing blocked my roll! This game can be so annoying sometimes. Whoa, whoa, hey. Whoa, hey, I'm walking here. Come on, man. I'm just walking here. No need to try and snipe my brains out when all I'm doing is walking here. Of course, it's a Biovore of all things, and he's in an area we can't even get him. Alright, well this run has gone pretty smoothly for me. I just had to open my mouth, didn't I? Okay. Guys, I have a plan. Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
Of course, I take 90% of my health from a freaking spike attack and then get tapped by a Ravener. What do you know? Well, anyways, died at the end, unfortunately, but we are heading into the Trigon fight now. So let's finish the job, shall we? We won't let one stupid little incident deter us from finishing our job. Why? Oh my gosh, you timed that so bad. Get out of here, boy. Alright, when he stands still, I'm gonna go for a double jump pack slam. That should be able to finish him off. Okay, what do we got? And slam, and he's dead. Get out of here, buddy. Out of here. Alright. Got most on special kills, most melee damage, most ranged damage. Interesting. One incapacitation, that was my fault this time. I did not get stun locked. But I did lose my armor and health instantly due to the Carnifex Spike. Nerf that, please. Saber, please. But overall, a good round. This dude's face is exactly how I felt when I went down to that Ravener, but, you know, it is what it is. That is the face of a very upset man. Anyway, I'll see you guys back on the battle barge. Well, that is gonna do it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it helped. I hope you learned something. This is Duber, and you have been watching DoobTube, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.
For the Emperor!